right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the October 20th, 2025 City Council, Crest City Council meeting to order at 7 o'clock p.m. I would ask everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please, Chris.
Ray Solomon.
Here.
Jamie Malloy.
I'm here.
Scott Dyke.
Here.
Angelo Desario.
Here.
Darrell Jefferson.
Here.
Claudia Gazal.
Here.
Tina Oberlin.
Present.
Mark Sepiti.
Here.
Nate Albert.
Here.
Joe Kubal.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to the agenda items. Number one is the update on the financial reports for September 30th, 2025. This is for informational purposes only unless there are any questions from City Council. Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes of the City Council meeting held on October 6th, 2025. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Jefferson for the approval of the minutes of the City Council meeting held on October 6, 2025. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Angelo Desario.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
And you have before you also for approval is the minutes of the work session with the corrections that was placed on the dais for October 13th, 2025. Motion would be in order.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Jefferson for approval of the minutes of the October 13th work session with the corrections as were handed out. Questions or comments?
Is it just
a
the highlight?
comment. Go ahead.
Is it just the highlighted portion that's different? Okay, thank you.
Just want to thank you for correcting this. As soon as I called, you guys were at it right away.
Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Angelo Desario.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Abstain.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to our city attorney. John Rodak is with us this evening. Good evening, John.
Good evening, Mayor. We have nothing from the city attorney for today, but I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions of city attorney? All right, great report. Thank you. All right, moving on to our city administrator, Blaine Wing. Good evening, Blaine.
Thank you, Mayor. Is that right for me to just dive in? Mayor?
Pardon me?
Just dive right in?
Yes.
All right. The first item that I have tonight is the project that I've talked about a few times, the projector and our screen. We did have this most recent conversation regarding this topic at our last workshop. I do want to provide a couple updates since that meeting. The vendor represented by Stuart here in the audience did advise that there is currently not a price increase as of yet. Additionally, if approved tonight, staff will work with the vendor on a plan, and the installation would be scheduled for after our December 15th meeting, so we wouldn't conflict with our council meetings, workshops, or our planning commission. Two other things that I'd like to note. I was able, on a separate topic, but it could get, the funds could get used for this sort of thing, as there was questions during the workshop regarding overall for funding. I was last week able to take advantage of the state plan for our Verizon contract and save annually just under $12,000. So I think reallocating those dollars in our technology over to a projector and screen project would be appropriate. In addition, I met with our local electric aggregation representative, and he reminded me, I was not aware, that the communities each who participate, there's about 150 that do participate, that the vendors actually do contribute a small amount back to each community as a contribution, and that those dollars should be used for for that community's good. Last year, we brought in just over $10,000, and the year before, about $12,000. So again, those dollars, it might be wise to dedicate them specifically towards this sort of project, the projector and the screen. Again, Stuart's here, and I'm here to answer any questions. Again, as a reminder, the screen would be a large screen behind me here, replacing this existing monitor, and the projector would be up in the ceiling and then project out. We'd have both a wired and wireless connection, and I believe the Planning Commission as well as council would, as well as our audience, would benefit from this.
Well,
Happy to answer
I
questions.
think that allocating those funds towards this, and if I'm doing my math correct, there should be more than enough. So perhaps the balance can be applied for the microphone that needs to be fixed, updated, whatever phrase you want to use, because we need to get that rolling. And kudos to you for getting that money back on Verizon. Great job, Blaine. And then just one thing I meant to ask last week, but on that one page for the address, it just says 1 City Center Drive. In the context of the contract, it has the correct address, but it doesn't there. Just wanted to note that, so we can have that be correct, and thank you very much.
I have a question for you. On page 37, what it says, lift rental for 1 week, we're renting that?
We're not, so we're still looking at either reallocate or using our current lift that we have over at Public Works.
Okay.
Or there would be a rental for the trailer. And then we are getting final pricing on the lift that was supposed to be here for this building. We do have, as you can kind of see up by some of the tiles, we have some water damage and other things, and there's already been a dedicated storage space. So when this building was built, that was planned as part of our building maintenance to be able to repair these sort of things, change out lights and that sort of stuff.
I have a question. How many times you think we're going to be using that lift?
Well, I've already noted, I think, 3 times that we could have used that lift.
I understand, but how many times you think, like a month, we're going to use it? We're not going to be changing light bulbs every week.
Yeah.
I mean, we already have an existing one at Public Works.
Yeah.
What about in the meantime, we'll bring it here when we need it? Because how many times they use it there? We have to find out, like, the difference of how many times, how many days, and in the meantime, that money, we can add it to the microphones if we don't have enough money, because we've been asking for those microphones now over 2 years.
Yeah, again, I'm happy to bring the information that the previous administrator had for the microphones in that Ford. That was about $60,000. The rental to get the trailer to bring the lift here is about $1,000 each time. The possible purchase of a used one is between $5,000 to $6,000. So although it might be cost effective for 5 or 6 times, after that, it actually would be better and cheaper for us to actually have that piece of equipment here. It would save us time and materials, so rental and the Public Works individuals.
We have
contracted.
trailers for that.
Yeah, so that piece of equipment actually has to have a ramp, so we don't have a trailer, we don't currently own a trailer that would allow that device to go up a ramp. So we have to have a specialized one that would actually meet to go down.
Maybe we need to look into that, see how much it costs.
Yep, trailer for that is about $15,000 to $20,000, so purchasing even a used one still would be more expensive than the $5,000 to $6,000 to purchase a used lift. So we've costed out, I guess, getting it here after 5 or 6 times, which I plan on, the lift will last 5 to 20 years if we use a used one. I think that will be the best use of our dollars long term. However, if we don't have one in time to be able to put the electric and the other stuff, that's what we'll do. Public Works has already said that they would be able to allocate it during the month of December for us.
Well, I don't know about equipment, so I don't know about equipment, so I don't know how it gets moved.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I asked just to have it delivered here, that's when I found out that due to the weight and basically the stabilization, it actually has to go all the way down. So you almost need like a trailer that has a hydraulic kind of component, or there's a certain angle that it has to go up, which we currently do not have. So we don't have the trailer. We would have to rent one is what I was told. And so when we looked into the pricing for rental or for purchase, that's where I got those prices.
How much was
Even
that
a
for
used one?
trailer?
About $1,000 each time was the the rental.
Rental for a trailer, $1,000?
Yeah, it's a specialized trailer that, so that we can basically bring it down so that we could get it.
I mean, I've rented all kinds of different trailers and stuff and never come anywhere near that price.
Happy to get,
Okay, I know he's talking about, you have a trailer, you know, usually you have a trailer that sits flat, you have a ramp that goes like this. The trouble with the lift is there's not enough, ground clearance.
I know what the
between
scissors
trailers,
lifts look
so
like.
it has to be flat like that, and that's the issue, you have to bring it up flat, and then the trailer will sit flat like that. So you can't just put a ramp on any trailer, these are special trailers that have, because there is no, between the two wheels, it's gonna catch right here, and it won't be able to, turn itself off the trailer.
I'm familiar with the scissors jack that's used, the lift, and how high they are off the ground, the small wheels they have, but I still find that hard to believe to rent a trailer for one's gonna cost that much money.
I'm happy to, ask them instead of verbally to give us a quote so you guys can see those prices, if that would be helpful. But, again, my understanding is either, I think it's the Tommy Boy sort of trailer that has the hydraulics, so it actually drops down off of the trailer to allow the vehicle, lift to actually go up to it, and then it raises it up. That's why it's a specialized piece of equipment that we currently don't own, that sort of trailer.
Okay, so we got a little bit off track here, but Stuart, is there anything you want to add to this discussion in regards to the projector and the screen?
No, Blaine did an excellent job. We met several times to discuss the project and the projection system. I think it will be a great asset for the city overall. I mean, it can also open some other things. One thing I did want to bring to note, the dates that we were talking about, check your calendars, because I believe that the 17th is a administrative hearing in here. But we can talk about it.
Okay.
Probably we can work, I probably can get in after that. So on the Thursday and the Friday after.
Okay, thanks. All right, so I would ask for a motion for approval.
I had one question, Mayor, if I could.
Go ahead.
Blaine, could you just mention a little bit more? Would you say the additional funding, what would that be in the form of? Is that grant money from the state?
Yeah, no, so the first one is through Verizon. So the state actually negotiated on behalf of all the communities in the state of Illinois, and we were able to take advantage. So, for example, many of the cell phones that we have are a smartphone, like an iPhone or Android, was costing about $50 per month. We're actually able now to get that same phone and service actually improved for $34.99. So for all the phones and the service, that annual savings that we've already budgeted for the full cost will equate to just under $12,000. It was like $11,900. And it's an annual savings, just by jumping on the state's contract.
I see.
The second one is through, we're part of NIMEC, which is an electric aggregation consultant that works on behalf of about 150 different communities. When they go out to the market to bring in the finalists, each one of those companies commit to basically a public contribution to the communities that do sign up. It's based on a ratio of how many residents are in that community are going to be signing up for the services. And so for us, we're estimating somewhere between that $10,000 and $12,000 annually that we'll be receiving. Last year was a little over 10, and the year before was a little over 12.
So back to the Verizon component.
Yes.
So the savings was merely from changing the rate on the cell phones?
Yeah, so,
From 50 to 35?
Yeah, so cell phones, we have modems, that it was all of the devices that we actually have on our current contract with Verizon.
Okay.
It's
And that would be a savings of 12,000?
Yep, just under 12. It was, I believe, 11,900 and change, so it was just under 12 annually.
And that money that would be saved from that would be able to be used for this project?
Yeah, so right now, budget-wise, that would be almost $1,000 a month that we'd save, so we'd definitely be able to allocate that, because that's already been fully budgeted to pay that Verizon bill during this current budget, so we'd just be able to reallocate those resources.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions or comments?
I have one question about the lift.
Yep.
If we purchase the lift and it's here, do we have a place where we can store it?
Yeah, it's actually right through that black door there. There's a storage room right behind here that was actually indicated in our plans when this building was built, to actually have it stored right there.
Oh, in the lunchroom.
No.
Well, it's currently, we're using it for lunchroom as well.
I think for at least the last 14 days, I've not seen anybody use that back closet, storage closet as a lunchroom.
There's still stuff there, just so you know.
Okay. There are plugs for the equipment to be plugged in that closet, and we currently are storing some of the excess chairs. But yes, there's a dedicated space that was designed to have that lift go through there.
Oh, okay.
All right, I would ask for a
So moved
motion.
as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by
Nate.
Alderman Albert, to approve the proposal with ACP Creative IT for a projector and screen project in the amount of $15,897, as well as authority up to $5,000 for electric work. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
I just feel the amount of people that come here for meetings, we don't hardly have anyone here in the audience. And to be spending this money, I think we can use something else that we could better serve the community and its residents than for a handful of people. We all have our tablets if we need to zoom in and see what we need to see. I think we can print up something for people if they need to see something, so, no.
Angelo Desario,
I'll vote no.
motion carries.
Okay.
Mayor, the next item is item 5, is again updating our overall agenda format. This would now have a consent portion along with 2 components for public comment. The first public comment would be items that would be agenda items, and the second one would be open for any public comment. We have discussed this several times at various workshops. We, again, are the only community that's within the Grand Prairie Water Commission that has not had a consent agenda, and from our neighboring communities as well.
So move as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderperson Oberlin, to approve, an approval to update the format of agendas to a consent agenda starting with the city council meeting on November 3rd, 2025. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo Desario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
No.
Motion carries, thank you.
Okay, next one.
Yep, the 6th item and the final one that I have under the administrator component of today's agenda is the one that our finance director, Glenn, talked about at our last workshop. Again, as a reminder, $200,000 of this overall project would be covered underneath the grant, and the $37,260 would come out of our general fund. This, general fund and water fund, depending on the components there. So it's going to a water treatment plant as well as our public works maintenance facility. I do believe Glenn got a few answers, so I'll actually turn it over to him to answer in regards to the questions that I believe Councilman Dyke asked about.
Sure. With regards to, will it cover that additional building? No, this was specifically selected for the Public Works and the EVS plant only. So we'll have to go out for another bid on that particular project. The reason being is that we were using the cameras that they have already here in our basement. So that was another reason to keep the cost down. So we're trying to use the equipment we have and place it in the buildings that we need security on. That was it. So I believe that was the majority of the questions. Do you have something else you want me to clean up, Alderman Dyke?
Well, you're saying those cameras, where are those cameras being used currently?
No, they're in the basement, they're in
Or
storage
in the
right now.
basement, so they,
Yes.
are they gonna be used anywhere, those cameras, or what are we doing with them?
This is, they're being held specifically for this project, so,
Okay, so then we'll be getting additional cameras or whatever.
yes, then we can,
Are we gonna look into the facilities management building getting cameras?
yes, I already, asked, Low Voltage to give me a quote on that particular building. He already designed a layout for me for the exterior, and I'm asking for him for the inside, which is pretty much just one big room.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
Motion would be in order.
So move.
Second?
Motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderperson Oberlin for a resolution approving acceptance of proposal number 61-18357R4 and number 61-21400R3 for the Crest Hill East Water Treatment Plant and Public Works Main Facility improvements by and between the City of Crest Hill, Will County, Illinois, and Low Voltage Solutions Incorporated for an amount of $237,260. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo Desario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries, resolution 1348.
Mayor, I'll be covering the 3 public works items. 2 of these were on the workshop's topic. The first one, though, wasn't. This is our standard referral. This one is pay request 33 for us to get from Vistering Construction over to our Strand Consultants, then asking the state, the IEPA, for approval of disbursement of, in this case, $942,920.29.
Motion would be in order.
So moved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Sapiti for approval of pay request number 33 from Vistering Construction Incorporated with directions to send it to the IEPA for approval and disbursement for a total amount of $942,920.29. All 3 of these items have been discussed last week at the work session. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please, Chris.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo Desario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
and Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
All right, Mayor, item number 8 is the approval for an agreement with M.E. Simpson. This is to do that second portion of our water distribution leak detection. It's a survey. The cost that we got to do the remaining portion is $21,165. Again, this was discussed. We're hoping when we do these leak detections that will more than save the cost of the $21,000 when we go through and do that, as the cost of water is expensive. And the more frequently we basically shore up our piping, the lower this cost will be and the lower the cost of the water loss. As a reminder, we were about 22%. We need to be at 10% when we do move over to the Lake Michigan water.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Dyke for the approval of the proposal from M.E. Simpson for another water distribution system leak detection survey not to exceed an amount of $21,165. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo Desario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
Our 9th item on tonight's agenda is somewhat similar, again with M.E. Simpson. This is in regards to our large water meter testing project. Again, we have residential meters, which are the smaller ones. The larger meters are typically our industrial and commercial and retailers. So this would allow our vendor to actually go in and test those. So the cost for them to do that is $36,435. Again, as we reduce our potential water leaks or if there's an issue with the water meters, in the past when they weren't mechanical, when they're manual, you could have, the butterfly could get caught. This, we're making sure that the calibration's working so that each of the meters are charging accurately.
Motion would be in order?
So moved.
Second. Motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Desario, for approval of the proposal from M.E. Simpson for the large water meter testing project not to exceed an amount of $36,435. Questions or comments? Roll call?
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo Desario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
Okay, is there any questions of city administrator?
Are you learning a lot?
Definitely about our water and our treatment facilities, so yes.
No, I meant at your training you're going to.
Yes, I've been getting caught up on several of the trends. A lot of unfair labor practice charges have been filed with the Illinois Labor Relations Board. And then tomorrow, it's going to be more on the strategy and how to address those things. So looking forward to tomorrow's sessions as well.
Great.
Okay, thanks, Blaine. Moving on to our city engineer, Ron Wiedemann. Good evening, Ron.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a couple items tonight. The first one, for resolution approving an agreement for the chemical feed system upgrades for wells 4, 8, 9, 11, and 12 by and between the city of Crest Hill, Will County, Illinois, and Daum Mechanical Industries, Inc., for an amount of $599,866.
Motion
So
would be in
moved.
order? Second. Motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Desario. A resolution approving a construction agreement for the chemical feed systems upgrade at wells 4, 8, 9, 11, and 12 by and between the city of Crest Hill, Will County, Illinois, and Daum Mechanical Industries Incorporated for an amount of $599,866. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo Desario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Motion carries, resolution 1349.
The next item is a resolution to accept planning technical assistance services delivered by the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning. In this year's budget, I had planned to do an update on our pavement rating. We had $30,000 in there. I was able to reach out to CMAQ and get a grant from them, so they're pretty much running the whole show for us. Our share of that, would cost about $47,000, I believe. It's about $47,781 for them to redo the whole city. Of that, the city would only be responsible for $3,000, while the remaining costs would all be paid by CMAP. This agreement was reviewed by Mike Stiff, and he didn't have any additional comments or questions.
Motion will be in order.
So moved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal, for approval of a resolution to accept planning technical assistance services delivered by the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning with a city share of $3,000. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Angelo Desario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries, resolution 1350.
And that is all I have, unless there's any questions by council.
Do you now have one more
Wait,
left?
you have one more.
more.
What do I got? Oh, I
Number 12.
apologize.
Christopher Burke.
I forgot about that one. I'm sorry. A motion to approve a resolution approving a professional services agreement for the 2026 roadway rehabilitation improvement design engineering services by and between the city of Crest Hill, Will County, and Christopher B. Burke in the amount of $69,760, and this was presented at the last workshop.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Desario, for a resolution approving a professional services agreement for the 2026 roadway rehabilitation improvement design engineering services by and between the city of Crest Hill, Will County, Illinois, and Christopher B. Burke Engineering Limited in the amount of $69,760. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Joe Coop? Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Angelo Desario.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 1351.
And again, that's all I have for this evening.
All right, any questions of city engineer? All right, thanks, Ron. Moving on to community development, we're no agenda items this evening. Dan was ill today, so hopefully he'll be back tomorrow if anybody has any questions. Moving on to our police department, our Deputy Chief Ryan Dobsick is here this evening. Ryan?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I do not have any agenda items. Just a couple of quick updates I'd like to share. We've been doing our in-service training. We started it today, and so we'll be doing that throughout another date in October, 2 more dates in November. We've been posting on the Facebook page where we'll have to close a little section of the road here. But we did it today and went very well, so we'll be doing that a few more times. Just to remind everybody, remind the community that trick-or-treat hours for Halloween this year will be 4 to 7 p.m. And so that has been posted on the city's website. And then just, again, we could all use a little good advice or good news. We did put in for some funding for a less lethal law enforcement grant, and we were selected as awarded that for brand new tasers. So we are getting 4 new tasers. That total is around $11,900. So we'll be getting some new ones here shortly. So again, some good news. We were able to get that. That won't cost the city any money.
Will you be
That's all.
trying those out on anybody?
We're always taking volunteers, so it's a very short line of volunteers for people that would like to be tased, but you could certainly contact us if you're interested. But no, so again, but yeah, that's all I have. Again, any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
And we do have the Cheney Manji Halloween Parade on October 31st at 1 o'clock. The police department and Public Works has helped out for many years there, so weather permitting, hopefully it's a nice day for the kids.
Yep.
Okay. Any questions of police department? All right, thanks, Ryan. Moving on to the mayor's report. I do not have any agenda items, just a couple announcements. First of all, the city of Crest Hill would like to congratulate Fire Chief John O'Connor from the Lockport Township Fire Protection District. He was awarded the highest honor from the state of Illinois. He is actually the state of Illinois Fire Chief of the Year. My wife and I were invited to the ceremony in Peoria last Tuesday night with a lot of other organizations there. This is the first time that Lockport Township has won such a most prestigious award. So congratulations to Chief O'Connor, and to all of his administration staff at the township. And then today we had the groundbreaking this morning at 10 o'clock of the new fire training facility on Division Street. We had our treasurer, Jamie Malloy, was there, Alderman Kubal, Alderman Albert, Alderperson Oberlin, Alderman Desario, Alderman Dyke. Did I miss anybody?
Don Seaman.
Yeah, we had Don Seaman, Ron
And Ron
Metzner.
Metzger.
Dave Revis was there, Deputy Chief Revis was there. So we had a great representation from the city, from the fire department, from Corps Engineering. They had several people there too. So it was a great event. This is going to be a tremendous asset to the city of Crest Hill to have the fire training facility in the city of Crest Hill. It'll make training much better, not only for all the men and ladies, the firefighters of Lockport Township and the EMS workers at Lockport Township, but for the surrounding fire departments. We'll probably be using this fire facility training center also for everything that they have to offer. Our police department will be able to use it also for active shooter situations from Crest Hill, from Lockport, from Romeoville. So that'll be another tremendous asset that will be for the citizens of Crest Hill. So when somebody is unfortunately called to your home, they will have the best training possible for them. So congratulations to them. Hopefully that training facility will be ready to go by the end of next summer or early fall. that is it for the mayor, unless there's any questions anybody has, I'll try to answer them.
I have a question, Mayor, regarding the training facility you were just speaking about. All of us are aware of the recent announcement regarding the Lockport firing range that was originally a part of that project. Can you speak to that for those that aren't familiar with the?
Yeah, it just came through actually late last week, where the gun range that we put a lot of time and effort and discussions and meetings and everything else in has been taken off the table for now. The funding that the Lockport Police Department thought that they were going to get to be able to pay for that training facility fell through at the present time. So for right now, it is off the table with 4-H firing range. So that has been removed from the docket. The fire facility will be built as proposed, and that was as presented to the city council during the several meetings that we had in regards to the fire training facility. What they're going to do with that land going forward is, I am not sure what they're going to do, but I know that Ron Metzner has been working with Dan since Friday to try to figure out if everything's in order with the zoning and everything else now. So that's where we're currently at.
They can be kindly and donate it for Crest.
What's that?
They can be kindly and donate it for Crest. We can do something with it, no?
Well, they had all 13 acres were given to them through the state of Illinois. Senator Meg Keppel was there also today. I think she was the one that sponsored the bill to get the land donated to the fire department. So, okay. All right, we'll move on to our city clerk, Christine Verche Hall. Chris?
Good evening. The only thing I have is the final announcement for our free community shred event between the city of Crest Hill and Lockport Township Government. It will be this Saturday, October 25th, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Bring your unwanted paper documents. It'll be in the parking lot in front of City Hall here, and we have a limit of 4 boxes. Hope to see everybody there. And that's all I have.
Okay, any questions of city clerk? Thanks, Chris. Moving on to our city treasurer report, our treasurer, Jamie Malloy. Good evening, Jamie.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. First up, I have an approval of the list of bills issued through October 21st, 2025 in the amount of $3,276,212.13.
Motion would be in order. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman DeSario, seconded by Alderman Jefferson for the approval of the list of bills. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo DeSario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
No.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Then I regular and overtime payroll from September 22nd, 2025 to October 5th, 2025 in the amount of $277,481.93. Finally, additional payroll compensation time payout in the amount of $23,576.54. Finally, I would just like to say, for those of you who would like to join me on Friday, October 24th, from 9 till 11, for Coffee with the Treasurer at McDonald's on Plainfield Road. And that will be it for me.
Okay, any questions of the city treasurer? Okay, thanks, Jamie.
Thank you.
Unfinished business, we have nothing on the agenda. Anyone? New business? Anybody?
Just quick, I forgot to mention this under community development. I wish everyone can go to Sopranos Pizza on 20641 Renwick Road. They opened up last Wednesday. They have an amazing pizza. You really need to try that and support this local business. Just like every business, when they start, there's struggles, and we're hoping This one will stay around for a while. Eventually, they will open for lunch, but in the meantime, it's only open on the weekend for lunch, and the rest of the week is from 3 to 9.
Well, I might add, Claudia, I had out-of-town company came unexpectedly the other night from Arizona, so I called them up and we ordered pizza, and it was absolutely delicious. My out-of-town company from Phoenix thought it was the best pizza they'd ever had, and the cheese sticks as well. So kudos to them. Service was wonderful. The delivery man was the friendliest man I ever saw, so,
Yeah, we heard
on my little, yeah.
your inconsistent,
What's that?
we heard that you purchase a lot of.
Oh, yeah,
pizza
that
from
was the
them.
second time we've had it, so.
Okay, committee liaison reports, anybody? City council?
Just, you go so fast, Mayor. Just a reminder, Winterfest is December 6th. We're still in the planning phase of, still looking for volunteers. We have plenty. And that's pretty much. Just want to thank Alderman Albert for sharing my letter with the rest of the Lions. Thank you.
Okay, city council comments, positive city council comments, anything you'd like to share with your constituents? Begin with Alderman Dyke this evening. Scott?
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to wish everybody a happy and safe Halloween.
Alderman Desario?
I have nothing, Mayor.
Alderman Jefferson?
I have nothing.
Alderwoman Gazal?
Just a reminder, this is the week of National School Bus. It's where we talk more about safety, and thank every bus driver that you see. They do have a handful of issues that they deal with the drivers and the kids. So just reminder, drive safely and protect the children from crazy accidents. And I also want to thank the police for constantly, you guys put a lot of work into the bus thing this year, stopping a lot of traffic.
Alderperson Oberlin?
Two things. I was having a conversation with someone from our garbage collection company, and they asked me if I could please remind the residents that you need to have your recycle toters out there on time, and it's only every 2 weeks, because I guess they've had issues with people not putting the recycle out and then putting it out after they've come through, and they have new technology on their machine, so they know that it wasn't there when they came through the first time. So just to make it easier on everybody, please make sure when you put your trash out, you put your recycle out and your yard with everything all at once so that it gets picked up, and it just makes it easier for everyone. And I also want to wish everybody a very safe and happy Halloween. And yes, I'll have full-size candy bars. I know what you're thinking. I'd already said it.
Alderman Sapiti?
Nothing to add, Mayor.
Alderman Albert?
Just a reminder, that Halloween, that the Crest Lions Club will be, serving hot dogs like they have for this past several years, 30-plus years, at 3 locations around town for the trick-or-treaters. The Richland Center, Cheney-Monty School, and the park along Borio Drive during the trick-or-treat hours. And also, I wanted to congratulate Wynette Holmes on celebrating 10 years as the owner of Patty's Bar at Center and Theodore Street. She started as a single mom, and she's still a single mom, working hard to make her business successful, and it's a very friendly neighborhood bar. So get a chance to stop in there and say hello to Wynn. Thanks, Mayor.
Will those be Halloweenies?
Alderman Kubal?
Nothing to add at this time, Mayor.
Okay. Public comment. Anybody wish to address city council, please step to the podium, state your name for the record. Address is optional. Skip?
I'm Skip Voss. Back to the $1,000 trailer rental. Has anybody checked for a flatbed tow truck with the tilt bed? You can get stuff towed for like $200.
That was not what Public Works, we've not checked that as far as I know. The wheels for the scissor lift, I think, needs to be level so that the equipment doesn't go. So I don't know if
It's a standard scissor lift, right?
I have not seen the current one that we have, so I can't speak to what that is, but I can see if a tow truck, I guess with the hydraulics could go down. I don't know if the angle is,
Yeah.
is able to be done.
Just a suggestion.
But, yeah, no, happy to,
That's all I got.
Okay.
Excuse me,
thanks,
can you
Skip.
tell me what's the name of that, what you said?
Flatbed, too.
Flatbed?
Flatbed tow truck.
Flatbed.
And I think there's somebody in Crest Hill, so giving them the business, a local business.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Okay. To our attorney, John, there is a need for an executive session, correct?
Yes, Mayor, I believe there's a need for executive session under 5 ILCS 120/2C1. The appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees or legal counsel for the public body.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Overland, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal, for an executive session for 2C1. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo Desario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
And Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
All right, we'll be going into executive session at 7:46 PM.